Alright, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to take a look at how to actually change the nozzle slash Hotend entirely on the K1 slash Max. And as a bonus, I actually got the new extruder in because mine's still the old version. So we'll take a look at how to change that in a second video. I'll probably post today or tomorrow. But to get started, we're going to go ahead and change this part out right here, which is currently out of focus. But in order to do this, you don't have to remove the front housing, but I've decided to so you can kind of see what I'm doing. So in order to do that, you'd have to remove a screw here and then another one on the opposite side, but the same area. After that, you can just hook into this and pull, and then push up a little bit, get that thing out the way. And notice this wire is plugged in. Now I've done this before, so the glue that sticks, it is loose. You might have to fight the glue. Alright, now with the front housing off, we're going to go ahead and remove the silicone sock. And there's a couple ways to do this. You can use like tweezers to pull these wings down. I think I can just get it with my hand though. And so the biggest thing about this is that what was that? Oh, that was a lid, okay. The biggest thing about this is that we don't damage the thermistor wires. They're very thin and very fragile. And so you want to be very careful when you do this. Pull it back away from it, and there we go. Just smacked the front though. Alright, and so now you have, let me this. If you saw my last video, you'll know that this is the nozzle. There's the heater block right here. Then up in here where you can't see it is the mounting point. Now if we we're just doing a nozzle change, we would heat this up, use a wrench to hold this in place, and then turn the nozzle until it comes out. Otherwise, and I'll lower this so you can see what I'm talking about here. Ignore my light. Or if you're doing something similar to what I did last video, where we actually just replaced the whole Hotend for an upgrade, you'll end up unscrewing these two screws, unplugging this from the PCB. The ports are here and here. Oop, it's focusing on my hand. The ports for it are going to be here and then here to the left of this first one. And then you'll just drop the whole thing out and then put your new piece on. And yeah, that's about it. I've got it exactly the way I want it. Otherwise, I would actually go through the trouble of taking it out for y'all. But yeah, so that's going to be it on the nozzle change. We'll go ahead and also get into the extruder change. All right, so we're going to jump right into the extruder change here. And to do that, I need to make sure I have all my tools on me anymore. Yeah, okay. So step one, oh, hang on. I still have filament in here. So pull that blue tab out. All right, gonna plug this back in, turn it on. I don't recommend doing this. I should have made sure it was clear before I started this process. It's a little late now, but it is what it is. I should only have to heat it up to about 65 Celsius, and that'll soften the material in the hot end up enough to pull it out. Go ahead and set this to 65 here. There we go. Go ahead and turn this off. And we need to remove this one, and I don't remember what size it is. Probably none of the ones I have in my... Oh, hang on. That fit. Go ahead and remove the back cover here. There's your other screw. Here's your other screw. And you just gotta pull this up and off, and it's literally just a tiny little cover. And this piece will actually need to unplug from the PCB. I don't know if you can see it. The plug is right here. Right where all the shadows are. But right there. And so this one I haven't unplugged before. So the glue is still pretty strong. So I'm going to go ahead and just use a pair of needle nose pliers. Like the curve on it. And essentially we're going to put the curve in underneath the wings of the connector. Squeeze so we don't just, pull off the wings essentially. Just give it a good amount of tension, and we're just going to use it as a pry bar basically. It's like that. And glue strong, very strong glue. Just like that, we've unplugged this. And I actually missed a screw on it. Maybe two, because I forgot. Because I'm smart like that. There we go. So 3 screws total to take the extruder out, I'm pretty sure. If not, we'll find more. And it just kind of wiggle wobbles out. And then you can't see it, but there's a little hook that the wires go through. And it's actually this way. And essentially we're just going to wiggle them out. Maybe. Got one. You might have to do it individually, which blows, but at least you know your wires aren't coming loose while you're printing. There we go. You got the last two. And so now I've got the upgraded extruder right here. You can tell it's the upgrade because it's got that white cap. Doesn't need the little blue pin anymore. Feels solid. Go ahead and give it a spin. See if it sticks anywhere. It shouldn't because this is the upgraded version. And there you go. It's going to go in the same way the other one came out. So for starters, we're going to wiggle the wires back into the connector. After that's done, we're just going to pull those a little bit. Put a little bit of... Ooh, actually, hang on. We're going to leave them unpulled first. Set this in there. Then we're just going to add a little bit of tension as we push this in. Here we go. Now that should be set. We're going to go back and put the last two screws we pulled out back in. And you don't have to go insane on the tightening here. You can just do like a finger tight. You just want to make sure it's snug and it's not going anywhere. Alright, after that we're going to reinstall the cover, the shield. I really don't know what to call this thing here. And this has got two little hooks here. There we go, it's all snug. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do, unlock this, get the filament set in there, relock it. Get rid of this clip. Next we're going to install the, I forget what this thing is called, the silicon sock. Oh, hang on. Before we do that, we got to plug the thermistor for the heater block back in. To do that is pretty easy. We're just gonna line it up and push it in. Now we're going to make sure that it's still aligned, the back opposite of the heater. Then we're going to make sure that this triangle is pointed towards the heater, because I have the new one the new Hotend installed, and so it's got that triangle for the ceramic heater to be inserted. So we're going to start just by wiggling it around the base, and then just very gently pushing up from the bottom, and probably from the sides on the bottom. Once it's firmly on, just push up on those wings and that'll lock it into place. And now you're good. Next step is put the front housing back on. Just gotta make sure the pins are aligned with the pins here. It's also pretty easy because the glue is, I think, only on the one side. After that, I'm gonna bring this whole thing up. You want to move this out of the way just a little bit, and it will rotate back into place with you, and then there you go. The whole thing should just lap forward. I'm going to take that last screw for the extruder, put that on there. Instead, we're going to pull this thing back off. Drop it down drop everything down. Alright. Once again, finger tight is all right. Don't need to do insane feats of torque on this thing. Get these nubs aligned and then just push it forward. And there we go. The last two screws. One is going to go directly above that caution hot sticker down there. Right there. The next one's going to go on the side opposite with the exact same spot. Clean up the work surface. And then we'll go ahead and turn this thing on. I don't think I said it, but just in case that it needs to be said, if you're plugging things in or unplugging things from your 3D printer, it's usually best to do so in a state of power loss or no power, essentially. Usually you can get away with just turning it off. For some things, I recommend just completely unplugging it. It'll save you the hassle of something accidentally energizing and then destroying your printer. But yeah, so that's gonna about do it for the video. Just going to run a simple test print on this guy really quick. Slap the what's it called, the time lapse in for y'all here. And if y'all have any other questions, leave a comment. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing, as there are many more on the way. Thank you and have a great rest of your day.